Just a PC, so that's all there is to it. Mechanical pump is located on the floor. That silver pod that you see there, that's a vibration damper. So it gets rid of all the vibrations from this hose that actually run up to the cube. And then behind the microscope, I'm not sure if you can see it on that side, there's a toggle switch. See that right here? So that turns it off. So if we're not using it, right, if you're not going to be using it for, I don't know, a couple of days or whatever it may be, all you really need to do is just hit this blue button here. So this is your standby, and it's also your on and off. So for instance, if we're looking at this, our vacuum gauge right now, so that's picking up vacuum, it's letting us know what's happening there. So if I decide to stop this, hit this blue button, you'll hear a valve close. That's our secondary valve closing, and also power is off now. So it says power switch is off on here. And so you could leave it like this indefinitely if you like. Okay? Sometimes if we have to reset the system, I'll tell you to go to the back of the cube and hit the circuit breaker, which is this guy. You'll hit that down, and then you turn it back up again.
Okay.
So it's kind of really simple. There's not too much to it. And again, this is the way that you would leave the microscope if you're not using it. If you're going to go to lunch or whatever, always hit that power button, turn it off. The reason is there's a turbo pump inside of here. This is our column. Behind it, there's a turbomolecular pump, and there's no fans cooling that pump. So let's say if you left that pump going for 2 weeks, it might overheat, and it might seize a bearing or something like that. So as far as running it for 8 hours, fine, no problem. But it shouldn't stay on indefinitely. Okay. All right. So we'll kind of like move some of this shading around. Let me turn this back on again. All right, so this is back on again, and so what I'm going to do now, as you can see, it's back on. We're just going to hit vent. Then you hear 2 more valves close. These are just protection valves, and so like they close to protect the turbo, and so normal when you hear these valves close. And then it starts venting. So it vents slowly. The reason is we had an X-ray detector hooked up to this at one point in time. In the lab, we were just testing a detector, and so we had it venting slowly so it doesn't damage the window. I'm going to change that. I'll need to reset everything to do it, so for right now, it's going to vent a little slowly. The reason I'm venting it is I'm going to just show you the gun area. So
that's where the filament is.
The filament's located in the gun, that's right. So this is our gun area. That's our final aperture assembly, and obviously our stage. And so when it stops venting, I'll have to do two sequences of venting. But I'll change that. I'm gonna play with that when you go today when you leave for I don't want to waste time, getting into the software and changing things on the EE files. It's not that it's a problem. It's just that you'll have to do it twice, and I want you just to only wind up doing it once. All right, so it's vented, and so I could open up our stage, and I could also open up the gun as well, so I could open up both. And so in here, like if I was to take this and flip it here on its back, for instance, this retaining ring unscrews. Do you have any gloves?
Yeah, I can go and give them.
Great. No sweat.